Hello everyone. Well, a few months ago I got a request to do a what's on my iPhone video. I thought this would be a good time to do that. So I was going to go through and show you the different apps that I have here on my iPhone. Here's my home screen. I have some folders up here and some folders down here. Then I have single apps here in the middle. And the reason I do that is because when I hold my iPhone, my thumb is resting here. It's this hand. Like that. So these apps are easily available with my thumb, and they're the ones that I use the most. These up here are hard to reach with my thumb, and so they are things that I would tap with my finger, and so they are folders that I open up and access more apps with. So here at the top, we'll start this way and just work our way down. We have video, pretty standard. YouTube, Hulu, iMovie. We have Amazon Video. This is an app that allows me to see what is streaming on Netflix and other video services like Hulu. We have Skype, and then this app is called, let me see here. Oh, Periscope. I downloaded it to try to use it, and I've never had a chance to stream any sort of live action over the internet. But I downloaded it to play around with it and see if I could use it for ASMR, and I just haven't been able to experiment yet. So that's pretty standard. This is a folder I've called Projects, and it has more office productivity oriented types of apps in it. We have Basecamp. I was running a few projects in Basecamp a few months ago, and that really helped to have a mobile app version of it. We have Google Docs and Google Sheets, using them kind of in the same project I was using Basecamp for. Someone else was sending me documents in these two things, so I had to be able to open them. We have Pages, Keynote, and Numbers, which are 3 Apple products. And if I did more writing and presentations and number crunching, I'd probably use them more, but I don't really find myself having a need for them that much. But if I do need them, I have them. This is Google Drive. Again, don't use it very much, but I have it because someone was sending me documents. This is Goodreader. It is an application that opens a wide variety of different types of documents like PDFs, and it allows you to transfer some documents back and forth to FTP servers and stuff like that. So it's kind of a all-around good file handling tool. This is called Simple Mind, and this is an app that allows you to do a brainstorming exercise. So let's say you wanted to So this app basically allows you to make, I'm just going to type in random words here, random letters. It allows you to create relationships. I'm operating all this backwards, so it's, there we go. And you can create hierarchical, like let's say this was dogs here in the middle, and you would have hunting dogs and lap dogs and guard dogs and all different types of dogs, and then this may be, this is hunting dogs, this may be beagles, and it helps you kind of keep your thoughts organized when you're brainstorming ideas. It's pretty neat. And then we have a Notes app, which I don't use very much because I have Evernote. And then this is another organizational to-do list application, which I used for a little while. But I don't really run any current projects that are complicated enough for me to track them with this. But when I do have a complicated project, I'll use that. It's a pretty neat way of making sure you get things done. This is an app called The City, and it is a social media platform or portal for my church, and all the church members join it and can set up different groups and chat rooms and stuff like that. It's pretty neat. Here's Maps. I don't think I need to explain what that is. Apple Maps, I think works just fine. I know when it first came out, people didn't like it very much, but I've never had a problem with it, and it integrates well with my Apple Watch and everything else. This is probably the app I use the most. It is called White Noise, and it's exactly what it does. It has tons of different white noise sounds that it can generate, and as well as an alarm clock. Oops. And it can wake you up with music or just alarm sounds. So I use it every night to generate some white noise, and also to have a clock by my bedside. It displays the time on the screen throughout the night, and then it is an alarm that wakes me up. So it's very useful. Solving that problem was one of the reasons that I first got an iPod years and years and years ago. I was looking at something that would generate white noise and found some sound files that I could play on an iPod. So I bought my first iPod so I could play white noise. The fact that I could play music was something that I enjoyed later. This is a basic to-do list from Apple. It's very simple, and I use it to organize most of my personal things that I have to do for the family, and books I want to buy, and movies I want to rent, and things like that. My contacts, pretty self-explanatory. And this is a app called Monocle 24, and it is a radio kind of podcast, but more of a radio station from a magazine called Monocle 24. They publish a magazine nearly every month, and they have radio programs, for lack of a better word, that they post every day of the week. And then you can go and listen to archived ones, or you can listen to them live. And they're news, world news, local news, as far as the country it comes from, which is England. Architecture, culture, design, very diverse, just like the magazine is. I purchased several copies of the magazine throughout the year as well. FaceTime I use to communicate with my family in other cities. Dark Skies is an awesome weather app. It's really improved since I started using it. It gives you minute by minute forecasts of whether it's going to rain or not. It seems to be pretty accurate. There's a few times that it's slightly off, but it's usually just the degree in which it's raining, whether it's misting or drizzling. It's never like says it's raining while it's sunny, so it's pretty accurate. Messages, use that all the time. People sending me messages back and forth. Phone, kind of the basic function. Safari for web browsing. Evernote is probably the second most popular app for me. I keep all of my notes for my personal life, from classes that I take, classes that I teach, meetings that I have, ideas that I have for books. Anything that I need to keep track of, I put it in Evernote. Take pictures of business cards, things like that. Very useful. I've had Evernote since before I had an iPhone or an iPad or anything like that. Let's see, photos. I have all my family photos in there. I use that a lot. This is an app called Pure. It is a camera app. And the reason that I like it is that it allows me to take high quality photographs that are not compressed by JPEG. I can take a photograph and it will save it as a TIFF file, so I do not lose any quality in the photograph. And it's got a lot of settings like f-stop and apertures, not apertures, but ISO. That allows me to operate the camera in the iPhone a little bit more like a regular camera. It doesn't have f-stops, but it has exposure and it has ISO. Let's see, this is podcasts. I have several podcasts that I listen to. And then music, I have Apple Music that I really enjoy. So those are all the main apps that I use right around in here that I need to get to quickly. And then down here we have, let's see, this is news. I have the Apple News app, which is a little bit better than Flipbook, which I used to have, but still is a little lacking for news stories. Longform is an app that is exactly what it says, long-form news articles that take over 5 minutes to read, but some really good in-depth articles. Breaking News is an awesome app that it pushes headline news to you throughout the day as things are going on, and you can follow certain topics. So I can't read these because they're in the mirror, but these are headlines from weather events throughout the world to political events throughout the world to financial to just personal stories. Anything that's grabbing the headlines in Twitter or in the newspapers or in the TV news throughout the world gets put straight into here. And then anything I'm particularly interested in, you can see it has a little red bookmark there. And that actually pushes out to my phone or my Apple Watch. And I can just glance down and read the headlines. Kind of helps me keep track of things throughout the day. This is for Reddit. I don't use it very much. And this is kind of another long-form news app that it's more like curated news. I played with it for a few days and never really took off. And then this is a local news app. Over here we have social. Use these apps a lot. Obviously Facebook, Messenger, Twitter, Yik Yak, Vine, Tumblr, Instagram, Confide, which is a messaging app that destroys the messages as soon as they're read, similar to Snapchat. Never used Snapchat very much. I installed it to kind of check it out. I use Yik Yak a little bit, just more to read ever so often, but these three here are what I use the most. Let's see, what else do we have here? Audio, Shazam, some podcasting apps, obviously music store. I think that's what that is. These are some live radio stations. This is an app that helps you discover new music. It's called Discover. And you type a band in here. I just do some random. Oops. Okay, let's see what we got here. And so this is the band. Say you typed in a band you like. I've just typed in something random. And it gives you bands that are similar to them that you may also like. And I can click on this one, and it'll pull up bands that are similar to it. And you can keep going and keep finding bands. You can drag them around. And then if you want to see one, it pulls up a biography about the band, sometimes slowly. That has no information available. But if it was a popular band or one that they had information about, it would sometimes show you videos and movies and music that they have produced. So it's pretty neat. I use it sometimes. Amazon Music I don't use very much. SoundCloud I don't use very much. Let's see. This is just random useful apps. Calculator, testing the speed of the internet, banking, clock, be able to remotely log into my computer at work, calculator, a few other reminder apps, QR code reader. I use the calculator most of all in that banking app. This is a application that helps you discover apps that are on sale in the App Store. Health, fitness apps. Take your blood pressure, or you record your blood pressure. You don't take your blood pressure, you record it here. Apple's health apps. And these are apps that I just recently downloaded. I haven't yet had a chance to explore them, but it helps you monitor and increase the level of fitness you do while you exercise. So this one helps you get from not being able to run a 5K to being able to run a 5K in so many weeks. And you can set the different variables. And it tells you to walk some and then run some and then walk some and then run some, and it slowly builds you up. Similar things here with sit-ups and pull-ups and other things. Books, pretty basic. I have the iBooks, Kindle, and then I have a copy of the Bible that's on my iPhone called Blue Letter Edition. Down here I have the preferences, my email, calendar, and App Store. Pretty basic. And this screen holds everything else that doesn't really fit on the first screen. We have educational. We have iTunes U, which I've never opened. Kind of comes with the iPhone. And Duolingo for learning languages for free. Awesome app. If I had more time, I would explore it and brush up on my German. This is Wallet. It comes with the iPhone. Food. Belly. There's several restaurants in the area that use Belly, so I check in and get points. Urban Spoon and Open Table. I have them. I use them ever so often. Shopping. Kind of Target, Amazon, Etsy, Kickstarter, Fandango. Tracking a package, some kind of other shopping sites in the, that's an event for buying tickets. And then this is Apple Store. So I use Amazon ever so often. I usually access Amazon through my desktop computer though. Games. I have a few games installed. I usually play these if I'm bored, and if I don't have internet access, or I don't feel like burning my minutes and I need to burn some time, I'll play one of these games. This is Be My Eyes. This is an awesome app. I have not used yet, but I have it. It connects people who are blind with people who are sighted. And if someone who is blind is having difficulty navigating their way or telling whether there's an expiration date on something, they can log into this app. It will randomly connect them with somebody, and through the camera phone and the audio, you'll be able to communicate with them and tell them, here's the expiration date that's printed on the milk, or here's what the sign reads that is above you that you can't access. So I keep this here just in case somebody needs help. Really neat app. This is a phone app that I don't use very much. Google Maps, Gmail, my Apple Watch app, weather, and this is, another browser. These are some things Waze I used for a little while, but it's like Google Maps, and it tracks you absolutely everywhere. So I may end up uninstalling that. I didn't really see the benefit of it, unless there's like a natural disaster or something and the roads are closed and you need to know where what the traffic patterns are. And these apps are photo manipulation apps. I kind of put them all here. They allow you to create different shapes on top of your photos that you've taken. And pretty powerful image editing. Not only just making funky, silly things, but actually doing some copying and pasting and merging of photos together. And these are other more robust, traditional photo editing apps for like color and transparency and brightness and stuff like that. Then you have the regular camera app, Imager, and this allows you to take still images off of a video. So those are pretty much all of my apps. I like this little background of the bicycle with all the lines radiating out of it. I don't know how well that's showing up on video. But there you have it. Here's everything that is on my iPhone that you've ever wanted to know about. So thank you for watching. Please subscribe. I make many different types of ASMR videos for you. Let me know what you think, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks. Bye.